Cool Cats, Cool Dudes, and Daniel Farker's mother. Hello and welcome to the show We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. Although love is a relative term at the moment due to recent results, but that's okay. That's okay. We love our team anyway. Just want to say hello. We had messages in earlier from Anders. Happy New Year. What's the time in Sweden, Anders? You must be approaching the big moment. But that's what he said. Anyway, Happy New Year to you. Same to John Garside with Happy New Year all, marching on together. And Spencer Bronco in Virginia with see you next year. That's 10:03. Okay, fair enough. Doctor, operation time. Yep, don't worry. It's in the slate, don't worry. I suppose it's only fair that I start out with something that I may have found and brought to attention on another show that I may frequent. There's a channel on, I think it's on YouTube, called HITC7s, where a guy on it named Alfie, he's a Hull fan, but basically, cut a long story short, he makes lists where obviously it's 7 things, various things about football. Obviously, he's too lazy to do 10, so it's his thing that he does 7s. And he happened to tweet while at the Hull game. I'm not saying the word has too broad a definition or anything, but the people who sit behind me at Hull City every week insist that passing the ball out from the back is woke. Now, we don't get political on this, but this did amuse me. What does that even mean in a footballing context? Is that like saying you don't like Pep? Because I'm assuming this is like a Pep. This is obviously derived like a Pep Bielsa type way of playing, and it's woke. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of it personally. I'm not a fan playing out from the back a lot of time because I think it needlessly gets you in trouble. Statistically, they seem to think it's worth doing, otherwise they wouldn't do it. But anyway, and this is what the Hulk fans were obviously thinking at the time. It's woke. It's woke. It's woke. Yes, Hull City fans, playing out from the back is woke. Anyway, evening all. Glad 2023 is nearly over. It has sucked donkey dick. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Jimmy, but good luck in 24. Hello, Jimmy, by the way, Brendan's Ghost. And I'm sorry. I know I've got friends in their community, but every week I put up the elephant on the tree, and it's like, it's up there. You don't know how it got up there, but you know what's going to happen. Well, it happened. It happened, unfortunately. It did happen. And, yeah. Also got, from the game, I believe it was on Thursday, we've got 25 cameras in the stadium, and that was the best shot. Was it in? Was it at? I don't care. And with how fast our wingers are, I'd have no problem with hitting the route one long ball out to the wings with this tippy-tappy passing out from the back box. Yeah, I hate it. Asking for trouble. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree to a certain degree, but it has to happen, Shedham. Don't worry, I will. It's on the slate. Must say we should have moved the ball out more option. Yeah, exactly. We'll get to that. Don't worry. And basically, West Ham then put a 10 pence into the cup of Arsenal's out of play pot, to which Newcastle said, "Yar, not again. He'll be tweeting for hours." That's what they do. They're very Twitter heavy, these Arsenal fans. And I may have had a submission for the show from Spencer Bronco, oddly enough, as you may have been able to tell from the show the thing, knife in my back, threatening me to show it. No, he's not threatening me. I actually asked if I could use it. Arsenal Twitter trying to figure out what is wrong with Arsenal. I believe that's Arteta there at the top left, trying to figure out what to do next. No idea. No idea. But don't worry, I have one more for Arsenal. Do excuse me. We're going to call this one Ned Flanders versus London teams. And I will go through it in painstaking detail. Don't worry, I promise, we will be out of here. We'll be out of here sharpish. But anyway. Don't actually know if this will work, but here's a catchphrase you better learn for next season. Arsenal have bottled it again. Do I hear the sounds of blowing bubbles? It's got to be Little West Ham United, winner of the European trophy no one wants. What do we have here? The flabby arm of West London. Yes, Frank Lampard is a bit fat, isn't he? Anyway. Yeah. And, oh yeah, Crystal Palace, the only one of you buffoons that doesn't win cups. I don't know which club you are, but I'm sure you're a jerk. Hey, I've only just been promoted. What's going on? You trophyless mid-table club. Hey, we may be trophyless and mid-table, but what was the third thing you said? And then, obviously, to end it, I can't even say what he said to them out loud, because they are the worst team in the world. He really hates them. But anyway. Let's all laugh at scum. Oh, we will. Oh, we will. Hello, Director John. Thank you, sir. Hope you're well. Happy New Year to ye. I think. Yeah, the old English. Anyway, live footage of the Spurs Trophy tour bus. Probably not going to be in use this year. Probably. But speaking of a team that do make a lot of trophies or get use out of their trophy bus, Man City winning 5 trophies in a year. Such a fairy tale. It's amazing what could be achieved with £2 billion. A manager with an offshore account, a suspended 2-year ban from European competition, and 115 charges of financial irregularity. Congratulations. A true underdog story. Truly. This is just the Klopp wheel of excuses, which I'm sure will get a lot of spins next year. Too windy, crowd allowed, not a proper stadium. Alisson had cold feet. 12:30 kickoff, of course. The AFCON. Can't remember what that bottom one is. Not enough rest. Still can't make out what the bottom one is, but someone can turn their phone upside down and tell me, please. But then on to our favourite team to mock. What is LWLDLLWL? Is it a town in Wales, or is it Manchester United's last 8 results? I think I'll ask the audience, Jeremy. But anyway. Can't even look at my dad the way I used to because of 10 slag. Can't stand bald people at all, man. I know. Do you know that was their first defeat against Nottingham Forest since 1999 when they beat them 8-1? Terrible. And the last meme before we get into the sadness. Man United handed January boost. Onana has been called up to play for Cameroon in the AFCON. Sad state of affairs. Sad. Anyway, so we'll do the double bill of sadness. This was the Preston starting 11. You can notice Brown is there, obviously. Alan Brown, who it's time for a yearly performance, I suppose, where he actually tries. But anyway. Hello, Taib Hussain. How are you, sir? Happy New Year to you, sir. Obviously, this was the Leeds lineup. I believe it was unchanged for the 4th game in a row. But don't worry, the players are going to work together to force his hand to make sure it ain't a 5th. Don't worry, everyone. So obviously, Preston lined up with their formation here. Alan Brown, obviously, just sitting there looking like Alan Brown. I'll be honest, I still know. But anyway. And obviously, the Leeds formation, just as the same as it always is, basically. The scene of the crime was obviously Deepdale in Preston, and yeah, we all were. And for anyone who wondered, that's what it looks like from the inside. I hear no one ask. Anyway, so we kick off the game. Basically, half chances in the. It weren't a good first half. It weren't. Hello, Mr. Arsenal. Thank you. Don't rewind by about 10 minutes. I implore you to not do that. You might not be happy. But anyway. Yeah, basically, the main chance of the first half was Liam Miller having a shot on the edge of the box and basically got turned over by Melier. Great save. It was a great save. Or it was a good save. Maybe not great. Great, maybe you're going a bit too far. Good was fine. Good save. Anyway, then going at half time. It's 0-0. Yeah, this is how exciting it was. 0-0, obviously. And yeah. But something that I just, as I do, I may have, in looking for a photo of the save, didn't get one. I typed Melier into formerly known as Twitter. I hate when people say that. That's why I did it. Anyway, and these were coming up as in like the players were pathetic today. Only Melier showed up. Fuck, he needs to rip him at half time. It's a bit too far. Players are pathetic today. Not for it all. Melier, only one who is. Byram for Gray or Spence and blah, blah, blah. Basically, point is, Leeds fans enjoyed the save, right? It was a good save. Again, not great. It was good. Kept us in the game. But then, in the SpongeBob SquarePants fashion, a few moments later, Melier, you absolute twat. Melier is a fucking idiot. Melier, you silly idiot. For fuck's sake. Melier, you fucking idiot. Melier, you fucking stupid. I'm not saying that word. What an absolute tool, Melier. That was so stupid for Melier. Yeah, like, you get the drift. Just. But what did he do? What did he do? Well, he claimed the ball from the corner. Hello, Sam. How are you, sir? He claims the ball from the corner, to which Osmagic, I believe it is, runs 20 yards to push Melier. He gets into a bit of handbags with one of the Preston players. Osmagic runs 20 yards to actually confront him, to which Melier, feeling a bit of a Bertie Big Bollocks, like palms him in the face. To which then he reacts, like, as you can see, like, look how far he rolled over and held his face. Incredible. Incredible stuff. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you all and say that's not a red card. Of course it's a red card. The second he put his hand on his face, it was like, get Darlow ready. Like I'm not going to... I just can't. I can't defend it. But that motherfucker rolling over, like, he already faked a concussion in the first half to try and break up play. And these fans who watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. When he basically took a hit in the shoulder and went down holding his face, knowing the ref would stop it in case it was concussion. But anyway, he pulled a fast one with that red card, so he can go to France for New Year. It's a fair point. Wanker went rolling like Chris Kirtland from the SAP. Yep. Like, again, I'm not disputing the red, 100% red. But it was a red before you rolled over 8 times. Is more my thinking. It was like, the ref actually saw it. So it's a red either way. But anyway. So anyway, out of interest, Oliver House suggested we put Bamford in goal. Maybe, you know, I was thinking, if they got a penalty, maybe it'd be like a reverse Bamford. He'd be really good at saving penalties because he's not great at scoring. Anyway, so in 53rd minute, keeper's jostled by Whiteman or Aldridge after making a save, pushes the lateral away, who then goes down. That is fair. That is what happened. However, Preston's version of it, sent off for pushing Osmodish in the face. Leads down to 10. Anyway. Hawkwind. Hello, Hawkwind. Who wants the love sausage on New Year's Eve? I love a sausage. I love a sausage. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're just not crying about a red card. That was a red card. Right. We don't do delusion here, but what we do is the wanker of the week. And let's be fair, take your pick. It's one or the other. I'll let y'all decide. Anyway. So Leeds fans look away because obviously, in time-honoured fashion, Mellier's body wasn't even cold, and Osmodish's definitely wasn't even cold at that point. I want. Wait, is he all right? No, he's alive. He's alive. But anyway, so goal, Preston, Alan Brown. United meet. Why is he putting Leeds on his acca? That's terrible. Switched Darlow for Firpo I suspect Oliver House is not a fan of Darlow because he's already tried to oust him for Bamford, and now he's trying to oust him for Firpo. But anyway, so obviously the ball come down, header in the corner, nowhere near it. Really not Darlow's fault. But his first act was picking the ball out of the net in typical Leeds fashion, and I thought he supported Cardiff, but it turns out Brownie plays for Preston. So anyway, only Sam Green was going to know what I'm talking about there. Anyway, in the 83rd minute, penalty for Leeds. Out of nowhere, basically. And Pascal Struijk, balls of steel. Probably why PSG are in for him. And goal. Strauch equalises from penalty spot. And only one bit of joy this Christmas season. Get in, Pascal. It sounds like 1970s Beirut outside. No wonder Iraq and Afghan veterans get PTSD. They probably want to lay down and return fire. Oh my God. Brownie, yep. And yeah, so goal. But in true Leeds fashion, we had to like the 89th minute or 89th, whatever you want to call it. And goal, Preston, Miller, 2-1. Yep. We're all you, Ibrahim. Yeah. To be fair, again to Darlow, should not have been allowed to get the space to actually make the shot straight in the top corner. Bollocks. Absolute. It was not good. Struijk looks like a cheap holiday destination campsite magician. It's probably true. He manages to look both 20 and 56. A bit like that darts player. You all know what I'm talking about. Bastard. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was the end. Yeah, look at him. His face. Smug fucker. It was a great goal, though, to be fair to him. And, yeah. It's a sad day for Christmas. It was almost like we were being punished for enjoying the Ipswich win a bit too much. But anyway. Miller should have been smashed in the face in the first half. Need more dirty leads in 2024. I'm so jealous of that littler. I'm more just fascinated that no one's asked for his real birth certificate. Because he's obviously going to pull out one of those Nigerian ones. Not really, but you know what I mean. But anyway. So, in that round of fixtures, we lost. Ipswich, if I remember rightly, did get a 93rd minute equaliser at Leicester, because of course they did. And Southampton won 5-0, because of course they did. Because they are putting everyone to the sword right now. Cardiff got a 2-2 with Plymouth. Sunderland won at Hull. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, Birmingham lost at home as well, so we'll keep a pin in that one. I am not happy losing to West Ham and Fulham, 2 shit clubs and teams. Football is cruel. It really is cruel. It really is cruel. 16 years old, proper 16 stone. Yeah, I may have made a similar joke at one point. Like, sure, they didn't confuse his age with his weight. But anyway. No, there's anything wrong with that. I mean, it's not ideal, actually, for being a darts player. But anyway. So. Unfortunately, going to go through the next game of Leeds because, well, I watched it and we did the slides for it. And obviously, feel free to put your opinions on the game, but it's just it's just load tripe, wasn't it? Anyway, so this was how West Brom lined up. That was how Leeds lined up. Obviously, changes were made. Nonto in for, what's his name? Daniel James. I believe Cooper was in, obviously, because Struijk was in Paris. And PSG are in for him. So, coincidence. Anyway. Byron's back in the side. And up till that night, I believe we hadn't lost a game when Sam Byron started the game for Leeds. But will Dr. Leeds be in effect? I'll let you find out. That was our day lined up. To be fair, more adventurous than most teams against us. But will we find a way to make it more difficult for ourselves? Of course we will. We're Leeds. And that was how we lined up. So obviously started Gruev instead of Camera. And yeah. WBA 5 tactics kicks us up and down. Yeah, but my issue with this is like it's not on us then to be like, oh, every team's dirty. Why aren't we giving it back? Or why are we only giving it back in situations where we then get caught doing it? Just very. Anyway. Obviously, this version of the crime was taking place at the Hawthorns. And that's how it looked like inside. Yeah. So they're like, come on, you baggies, and all that. And we're all like, here we go. Come on, Leeds. And Gruev is in the tweet, which automatically filled me with doom because of that haircut. But anyway. Dr. Leeds trained at the University of Transylvania. He does. Plus the ref was a twat. Yeah, but this is the thing. All the refs in that league are terrible. They're all bad. But they're bad for everyone. You only get shit refs. Well, if all the refs are bad, that's what you're going to get. Because any of the good refs are refereeing Premier League games. And I know Sam Greenwood right now is furiously typing Premier League refs are good. Well, no, not really. He's quite fair to the refs, to be fair to him. But yeah, EFL is corrupt. There are elements of the EFL and that where I do sit there and think, like, why are we always being televised in away games? I know we played Ipswich at home, but that was more of a like it was second versus third type dealy. But generally, it's like, oh, let's egg on a giant killing as such, and it always shows in the commentary. They're gagging for it. Don Goodman and the other one, oh, what's that? Inchcliffe. I'm going to talk all the refs are poor. It's just the least poor in the Premier League. Exactly. At least when the decisions go wrong in the Championship, the game continues immediately. Like there's none of this like 5 minutes waiting around to then get screwed over. Because then that time you ain't getting that time back. They say you will, at the end of the game. But realistically, you ain't getting that time back because they're still going to play the same 5-6 minutes. Generally, that would have happened regardless because that's just what they do. But anyway, sorry everyone, I digress. Leeds actually did score in 17th minute. Sam Byram scored, but the flag. I mean, to be fair, like it was offside. He was at least a yard to a foot offside. He just was. All right, that's it. So then Jed Spence made a block on the line. Have I got a photo of it? No, because if I'm going back to check out this after the game, I watched it once and that was enough. But anyway. Prefer playing to the whistle and not to whatever VAR was bet on. Exactly right. But that's part of the problem as well, as I'm about to show. Kipley pulls not to the turf, calls for a penalty. Ref says play on. My problem with that is, and in my it happened twice to him, and one of them, maybe, but there was one where he expected a penalty when the truth is he wasn't touched. And he just whiffed at the ball and completely missed it. And it was like, but then he looks around at the ref like he's incredulous. And it's like, Willie. I'm not talking to my Willie, I'm talking to Willie Nonno. And I'm like, Willie, again, Nonno. You've been in this league now for 5 months. How have you not realised that they don't care who you are? And they're not mesmerised by your immense potential. And they're not going to. They already think you're a diver, basically, is what I'm getting at. Same as Somerville. He still looks around as well as if, like, I can't believe I've not had this decision. It's like, well, you're not going to get it either. Because they have us pegged as a team of divers. Clearly. VAR checks everything all the time now. It's ruining the game for me. Yeah. I mean, you're free to say I'm wrong, but I do feel that is why we don't really get a lot of penalties. Even the ones that are actually like, you could give it. We generally don't. Swap Nonto for Rodon and Spence for me. I'd be very surprised if, based on Nonto's performances when he has played, that Tottenham would think he's worth 2 of their players. That would very much surprise me. By the number of pens we have got this year, there you go. But I personally believe that refs believe that they dive. So they don't give them the benefit of the doubt as such. I don't get the same spontaneous excitement anymore because I know I have to wait and check to see if I was going to take goal or card or pen away. Stick with us to the end, Mr. Greenwood, because I got a meme for exactly that. But anyway, last time we were in the EFL, was it 69 games without getting one? But that's not PG. And they can have Bamford as well. Could drive him there myself. I carry him down my back, actually. Actually, no, I've developed a bad back lately. But anyway, it's not to get out of work. I'm going to work tomorrow. But anyway, sorry, that's far too much information. But anyway, 36th minute. Somerville has a chance, tries to curl it in. Palmer on hand, good save. It was good save, fine save. Similar to Melier's the other day. And then in typical Leeds fashion, a minute later, goal West Brom. There certainly was, Mr. Greenwood. There certainly was. Anyway, Jed Wallace released on the far side should never have been allowed this space. It's absurd that he's allowed this space. And he puts the ball in. The shot is initially blocked by Rodon, I believe. And it falls straight back out to Grady Diangana, who, former West Ham man, just puts it in the net. To which, And you should never concede a goal in professional football to a player named Grady, in my opinion. That's just me being a bit salty. He could well be a nice guy. I don't know. I'm probably never ever going to know him, so probably he might watch this. He might type West Brom into YouTube, see what comes up. Like I did with Leeds about 3 years ago. No, I mean I did. I mean he ain't gonna do that. Anyway. So West Brom like, oh yep, we're leading at the break and all that, and he's even fouling Reuter in the picture. But anyway. So I'm just being a bit. Well, the rim's real slim Grady. Please stand up. Please stand up. Yeah. And then obviously, Diagon's goal separates the team at the break. And what was fairly 45 each. Do you know what, Sam? Tell me if you've heard this record before. Leeds basically have all the territory, and then the other team goes down the end and scores. Anyway. Nothing really happens. And yeah, they were just like, Leeds Twitter's like, oh, we're going forward. It's like, yeah, we literally are going forward. No shots though. Well, it just didn't feel like it. James causing trouble down the right wing. Man just pulled the ball into a box. Bamford. Oh, because at this point we had 6 strikers on. I'll give Farke his due. He's not afraid to put everyone forward and then tell them to not do anything. Anyway, because I think we've only had 1 goal from a sub this season. Atrocious. Partly, in my opinion, because he puts them on too late to actually like get into the pace of the game. If that may be a real saying, I don't know. I may have just made that up, and it may say pretentious as fuck. But anyway, Bartley slides in, clears the corner, blah blah blah, and then again, not much really happened, and they were like, Swift plays in, tries to lob the goalie. He failed to lob the goalie, but the biggest insult. And I say this like we roast teams all the time. I've probably roasted your team. And if you're a Leeds fan, I've roasted Leeds. West Brom, their full-time graphic, marching on to 2024 with 3 points. I bet you didn't know they tweeted that. I'm still farking. I'm not ready to. Because the Christmas has gone bad, but by the same token, our form before it is very good. The teams above us just happen to be slightly better form. But generally, we are not doing terrible by the standards of the league historically. But anyway, no, more on that in a minute. And then our tweet about it was just, oh, we lost. Yeah, we lost, everyone. Lost. Historically, we always shite in December. Well, it's unfortunate, Jimmy. That's actually a key part of the season because you play a vast percentage of your games in the season in this month. Yeah, still 3rd December. I can still say that. But anyway, where is it? Before I bring it up, our predictions for the month of December. I've done January ones, but we will do we'll bring them up next week. I'm guessing because I think we're playing the cup game after the Birmingham one. But yeah, and basically me and Ben both through different matches basically grossly overestimated how we'd actually do. I mean, it'd been nice if we actually did get those wins. But yeah, we've lost 3 games out of all. I mean, losing 3 games this month's not good enough, really. But it started so well. Still, at least we have that battering of Ipswich. That was a good afternoon, that. And I got a 3 pork balls at the Chinese on that day as well. So I should have known then that it was begging to go wrong, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. So anyway, I got the stats on this game, and yeah, basically as you can see, we had a lot of possession, we made a lot of passes, and no goals. Again, as I said to Mr. Greenwood specifically earlier, Tell me if that sounds familiar, because I believe that has been their week. Specifically, Arsenal against West Ham was more of the same, really. Actually, I think that doubled the amount of shots we did. Anyway, point is, we're not the only team going through this. Yeah, exactly. Just ultimately, it's not good enough, is it? We've got to start. I'll use a term of Gary from the trip as a show that I also frequent. Is need to be more clinical in front of goal, and by more clinical, I mean just put it between the sticks. And that sounds easier said than done, but even if you do the most tame, terrible shot, it might still go in if the goalkeeper has a nightmare. Call me strange, but like like Darren Bent literally scored based off of the ball hitting a beach ball. That shot weren't going in, but the goalie had it more than covered. But or as they say, like you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. And there were 14 times on that occasion where we bought no ticket. But anyway. So obviously the results on that day could have been better. Let's just say, yeah, hoof the ball, 6 forwards on the pitch, hoof the ball, and they're still trying to like walk it in the goal. Just disappointing. Obviously, Ipswich Town dropped points, but unfortunately for us, Southampton reaped the benefits of refereeing decisions in their game because I believe Plymouth had a goal disallowed, if I remember rightly, and then went straight down the other end and scored because of course they did. Oh, obviously Leicester are gone. They're like 16 points in front of us, and that get clicked. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, sir. This sentimental mentality is what got us back in the Championship. We should have had the balls to actually turn around to Luke Ayling and Hooper like last season and be like, all right, lads, there's a standard here and you're probably not up to it. Because ideally, everyone can sit there and ideally say, how would you put it? I love it if every player puts in effort, but 99% of footballers do have a go, do put in effort. It just doesn't show because everyone's doing it, and then that's when the quality like comes out, right? So I'd quite like to have both. I'd like to have good footballers at Leeds that try hard. I just think we needed to have the balls to actually like go, all right, we're a Premier League football team. Why don't we start acting like it instead of this handing out contracts to reward people for things that they've done in the past, even though they were rewarded for it by their bonuses and things in the contract they had at the time. I could be wrong, but still. Speaking of Ipswich, here's Stefan Herentonio Writings. Hello, sir. How are you? And hello, Spawny Mark. Happy New Year, gents. Get a chance to catch me at the National Gallery. What are you doing in the National Gallery? Are you on display? But seriously, just well done. I bet he had a good week. Wolves doing well. Welcome, Stefan. And yeah, he's doing well. Looks like Rizla may be back in January. Something's got to change. We've got to stick. We've got to make our the few advantages we do have. We've got to sort of make them count. But that's how it is. See how it is. Anyway, up next for Leeds, personally, is a home game against Birmingham tomorrow. And I believe it was John Garside who mentioned it earlier. Apologies if I'm wrong. But yeah, questions will be asked if we do not win this. For example, the question I would ask is, how is Wayne Rooney going to get points when... Are you letting Wayne Rooney get points when he's quite clearly not good in that team? I do not want to see Dr. Leeds tomorrow. Do not want to see it. If anything, Birmingham. Not people, not literally, but exactly. We should. Really should. They beat us, so I've been looking forward to this because they beat us early in the season. They were the team we played when it had all the ingredients for a ITV highlight thing. We're thrilled because it was like Tom Brady was there for the first time, and Willie Nonto decided he didn't fancy playing for Leeds in the Championship, and it all combined for Dan James to give away a penalty in the last minute, and Birmingham won 1-0. That was actually 5 years ago yesterday, I believe. Could be wrong. 2 days. No, I think it was the 29th of the month. It was a great game. It was a great game. But it won't be a 5-4 game this time because I would argue then... No, I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it. Not going to say it. I was going to say they're not good enough to score 4 goals, are they? I said it. We need to score 5 goals, basically, tomorrow now. Otherwise, I'll potentially look silly. But no, in all seriousness, we should win. We should win. It was a 9 match. It was crazy. Because obviously, most of those 9 goals were scored in the last 10 minutes, if I remember rightly. Anyway, it will go off if we lose. The fans will make it heard. Exactly right. Exactly right. I'm sure. But anyway, who Ipswich got? Ipswich are at Stoke. That's fortunate that they don't have to go there on a cold night. Unfortunate that, isn't it? Well, it's rather fortunate for Ipswich though, that we have to go to Sunderland and Stoke and all the stereotypical places on midweek nights. Not as conspiracy or anything, but there's really not a conspiracy. Just wanted to see what you said when I said it. I want to think Birmingham a funny club. Yeah, a lot of people do laugh at them. Massive city, but not perhaps about it. They are in the shadow of Villa. Just they even lose their managers to them on occasion. So anyway, just saying. Let's have a look at the Championship table. Obviously, we try not to stick on this side of it too long, but Norwich are in it, so that's something to smile at. I think we can all agree that Norwich being in the bottom half of the Championship is really helpful. And this is the top. And obviously, Southampton are chasing down. Basically, they were like hiding on our back, right? Like they've been this like silent tortoise on our back. And then all of a sudden, they were just like, bosh. And now they're chasing Ipswich. And we all know what's likely to happen. But we probably play Southampton soon at Ellen Road, so we could do you a favour, Stefan, if you meet the required price. Anyway. And obviously Leicester are running away with it, as usual. They're not even that good to watch. And yeah, I am being salty. Because the amount of games they win by 1 goal is incredible. Anyway. Sorry, excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Kids. The clubs at the top. Playoff will be interesting. It will, but I'd rather it just saying that we win. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I fed the gimp. How you doing, Mo Master? Sorry, anyway. But, yeah. So, Uncle 40. I really didn't think we was going to sit here this long. Anyway. So, obviously, don't forget to join us next Sunday where we'll talk about Birmingham and possibly... We're playing Peterborough next week at some point, aren't we? Anyway. And I'm sure Ben will be back. I believe he had, unsurprisingly, family man has plans with the family. Imagine my shock. I'm shocked. Bless him. FA Cup, 7th for Peterborough. Yeah, so that sounds right. What are we at next? No, what we'll do, the question of the week. Yeah, that was clever, that. Anyway. Name these 11 players who have played for both Leeds United and West Bromwich Albion. It's been a long week, damn it. David Stewart, Johnny Giles. Usually the question of, because I had it, what do you call it? I had it all set up, all the tabs open, and then I forgot that it doesn't start from 0. Yep. So we've got Rob Hulse and David Stewart and Johnny Giles and who can forget Bob Taylor? Shocking. Yep, Carl Bartley, Chris White. I will at least thank Jimmy for at least spacing it out in between rewinding the feed. Yep. Alex Marriott. Oh my god. Still, I did get the new Leeds home kit for Christmas. Actually, it's for my birthday. It's the away kit for Christmas. Not the away, the third. The fruit salad. I wouldn't sink to such depths, Thomas, not unless there was money on it. I would sink to those depths for a lot less. That, not really, but... No harm in it. I just feel bad for director John who put this together. He does excellent work, and then I botched it because of course I did. That being said, I really should just yeah, right. So yeah, I'll remember to play the outro video. Don't worry. Anyway, I'll give you another minute or so, and then I'll re-put up the rest of the questions. It was as our man Jimmy said, David Stewart's keeper, Johnny Giles in the mid, Rob Hulse up front, Bob Taylor, Bartley, Chris White, Championship winner, obviously for Leeds, Alex Moat, who I believe he played, didn't he? Did he not? Sean Regan, yep. Stuff on the others. One actually is very recent for Leeds. Like, he's not with Leeds now, but very recent, like a Bielsa era player. Let's say, for argument's sake, Jerome Thomas. I'll give you that. Yep. Tyler Roberts. Yep. Because obviously people may forget Taylor. We bought him from West Brom, I believe. Anyway. So yeah, I'll just throw him up now. Because yeah, I don't know if you know Martin Dickinson, bit before my time, I think. Jerome Thomas, Stewart in goal, Dickinson, Bartley, Chris White, Sean Regan, Johnny Giles, Alex Mowat, Jerome Thomas, Tyler Roberts, Bob Taylor, and Rob Hulse. My apologies to director John for the botching of the signet. But anyway. What I will say is, obviously, thank you for supporting the show in the first sort of 4 or 5 months of the year. Really do appreciate it. Really appreciate people giving their time to this. Because obviously, I'm by no means professional, as you've clearly seen. I will F up a lot of stuff on this. I'd like to thank director John, of course. And I get a bit of the guilt. But anyway. But I did think that we should take a moment just to say a prayer for someone for who January the 1st is literally the start. January 1st, better get going on those transfers, Fabby. It's Romano. Happy New Year, everyone. Cheers. See you all. Yep, always good to see you. Thank you very much, Stefan. Very kind of you. And also remember, when midnight comes, wait 2 minutes before celebrating for VAR to confirm it. Yeah. Wrong thing, as usual. Yeah. So, yeah. And as always, we love director John. Don't forget, we'll be back next week. I think Gary will be doing an episode of the trip on Tuesday. I think he's giving everyone a day off tomorrow. I'll be doing wrestling on Wednesday, probably. No, I'm probably actually going to move it to Thursday because I've got an important work thing. I need to go to bed instead of like actually being awake at silly o'clock doing it. So anyway, so also we love director John. Thank you for your hard work up to this point. Long may it continue. Have a good New Year's. I hope your 2024 gives you whatever you want and less of what you don't want. But if it conflicts with Leeds United, I want Leeds to win out, obviously, because that's the way it works. So, hey, sharp. Well, thank you very much. British wrestler passed away last week. Forget his name, only young, but that's unfortunate. Good night. Happy New Year. Good night. Yeah, and to all, a good night.